Today, I'm going to show you how to add a shadow in Photopea using the fastest and easiest method, and that is the drop shadow layer style. This is one of the best effects to learn if you want your text, logos, cutouts, or objects to look more realistic and stand out from the background. The great part is that the shadow stays attached to your layer, so if you move the object later, the shadow moves with it automatically. If this tutorial helps you, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more quick Photopea tips and editing tutorials. Alright, let's jump into it. First, open your project in Photopea and make sure the layer you want to add a shadow to is selected in the Layers panel on the right side. This could be a text layer, an image layer, or any object layer that you want to give more depth. Once the layer is selected, go to the empty space next to the layer's name and double-click it. This opens the Layer Style window, where Photopea keeps all the different effects you can apply to a layer. Now in the Layer Style window, look at the list on the left side and find Drop Shadow. It is usually near the bottom of the list. Click the checkbox next to Drop Shadow to turn it on. After that, click directly on the words Drop Shadow so the Settings panel opens up. This is where you can customize exactly how your shadow looks. The first setting you'll usually want to adjust is Opacity. Opacity controls how dark or transparent the shadow is. If you want a soft, subtle shadow, lower the opacity. If you want the shadow to stand out more, increase it. A good starting point is somewhere in the middle, then adjust from there based on your design. Next is Angle. Angle changes the direction of the light source, which controls where the shadow falls. If your object needs the shadow to appear below and to one side, change the angle until it matches the direction you want. This is especially useful when you want your shadows across different elements in the design to look consistent. After that, adjust Distance. Distance controls how far the shadow sits away from the object. A smaller distance keeps the shadow close and tight, while a larger distance makes it look like the object is floating higher above the background. For a realistic effect, keep the distance moderate and see how it looks in your composition. Then move on to Size. Size controls the blur or softness of the shadow edges. A low size value gives you a sharper shadow, while a higher size value creates a softer, more natural-looking shadow. If you're working with text or product mockups, this is one of the most important settings because it helps the shadow blend into the scene properly. As you adjust each slider, keep watching the live preview so you can see the effect immediately. Take your time and fine-tune the shadow until it feels balanced and natural. The goal is not just to add a shadow, but to make the design feel more professional and realistic. Once you're happy with the result, click OK to apply the effect. You'll now see the drop shadow listed under your layer in the Layers panel. The best part is that you can edit it again anytime. If you want to change the shadow later, just double-click the drop shadow effect label under the layer and reopen the settings. That means your shadow is completely editable, which is one of the biggest advantages of using a layer style instead of creating a shadow manually. It gives you flexibility, saves time, and keeps your workflow non-destructive. And that's how to add a shadow in Photopea using drop shadow. It's quick, beginner-friendly, and gives you a clean professional result in just a few clicks. If this video helped you out, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Photopea tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.